Don't feel shy. If you don't think you are an outstanding user, and if you want to become a better public speaker, just go watch this video with me, Selly. Becoming a better public speaker. Strong speakers and powerful public speakers draw the interest of everyone. Poor speakers lead people to sleep. Somehow, poor speakers may be assumed to be robust sleep supports. Most of the speakers are timid and anxious before they start. They arrive before others and immediately start stuttering and cracking their voices. This needs to be noted here. Influential speakers are not created, they are produced. How to become a public speaker? Number 1. In and out of the audience. Speakers can find themselves equally strong as they interact with their listeners' desires, doubts, and concerns. You ought to know who sits on those seats to do this. Why did they come to ask you? How do you fix the dilemma and bring meaning to your life? Number 2. Avoid filling sentences. For all of us, as you think about what you want to say or something you want to say, it's normal to use terms like, oh, and You can realize that both of them have one thing in common. If you listen to the significant spokesman, they don't use those buzz terms, and this time you use more strong words. The next time you speak, strive to use more strong terms like now, you know, everything, etc. These comments sound thoughtful, not as thought, but you don't realize what details you want to share. Number 3. Take advantage of silence power. Did you ever listen to a speaker, then unexpectedly they quiet, talking a few seconds, as if to make an observation? Suddenly, the whole space is very silent, and a probable click can be heard. The moment of silence is decisive. Don't be scared of quiet. Quiet. It will affect the listeners permanently. Indeed, you might want to take a moment of silence before you move on to the next stage, instead of using some filler terms. Number 4. Keep it straightforward. The good public speaker who offers their speeches are more likely to push too hard with a lot of business jargon and insider adjectives. They bluff and communication just ideas and ideas instead of expressing their information and experience. Keep it easy, no matter about whom you revere. Stop utilizing almost futile phrases and common modes. Share the expertise and love to be known by everyone. No, you don't annoy your listener by utilizing vocabulary that confuse your listeners. You are so frustrated and irritating. Keep things clear. Number 5. Carry your passion. It's not a false pitch to sell yourself or your business. It's about expressing your excitement and sincere excitement for your job, which is why first started your company. The mind always that your love is deep and your most potent sales weapon. Number 6. Allow the others party responsible. Mic individuals don't have massive egos. They don't. It draws interest and admiration since it is necessary and respected by other people. If you talk to 100 individuals or one person, send them a presentation. Do not demonstrate how great you and your goods are or flaunt your public speaking skills. Ask questions instead. How are you going to support them? Number 7. Say stories. People seem hardwired to tell a story, Before the written statement, it was the story that our ancestor learned and gave vital information to the next generation. Stay away from beers and don't eat that red champagne. Many presentations are boring as the host shares facts and data, which will make anyone sleep. Never will be a fun tale, boring or sleep for someone. If you choose to be the kind of good public speaker who sits directly in your seats, avoid exchanging details and say a tale instead. You should include a personal example or a story on how your business has helped someone achieve his potential. Just become a creative motivational speaker and begin to tell more story. Number 8. Be vigilant of the vocabulary of the body. If you ask young children to act like a superhero, several undoubtedly will stand out. Place their hand on the shoulder and stick their heads like Superman. This is a place or influence. Your body language talk as clearly as your voice whenever you communicate with them. So make sure that your body looks solid. Don't glance at your bottom, but glance at the crowd. Stand up erect with the limbs and hands gesturing openly. All of these are places you can feel yourself super optimistic and nothing is wrong. Number 9. Fix those nervous. The idea that he used his expertise to support others as a part of his relationships. This is what you do. This is what you do to add value to citizens and provide practical ideas. You share your experience and speaking skills. Although you may feel anxious, as is very similar, before you walk on the platform, know that you were there to support anyone sitting on those seats. And that makes you as powerful as any superhero. Note, they are not created, they are rendered. Good speakers. You need to be a great leader, obey these guidelines, train and never give up. There are several contexts in which effective speaking abilities may help you improve public speaking through your career and build openings. Particularly thought, you may not have to appear frequently before an audience. This is the most important. Educate yourself. You should give workshops to enhance the awareness of the public and get rid of the fear correlated with this. These courses are delivered in college and community centers. You may learn valuable methods for communication with a group by taking them. You will feel more prepared to talk to the press. The most significant aspect of public effective speaking is to practice practically anywhere you like. Practice make it perfect. To do this, you don't have to be in public. When you stand alone in front of the mirror and run through your comments gesture, you will exercise this capacity. You may also train by getting up and making speech before relatives or colleagues. This creates confidence and makes you be a good public speaker. And the next is prepare your request in advance. Any great public speaker is anxious as they appear before an audience for a speech. There are two kinds of public speaker: those who are anxious and those who are friendly about it, according to famous author Mark Twain. Are you still nervous when you make a public presentation? Here's how to rid you of it. Explore your expressions truly. Memorize the critical aspects of the explanation to make them sound normal. You'll feel more prepared to talk to the press. Know your target. Studying your target is an effective way. You decide what you're hoping to do and if you're going to do it. Take time to read and practice your voice accordingly. As a motivational speaker, this enhances the performance rate. Using correct software. Microsoft PowerPoint is one of the most effective presentation methods. In all our talks, you use it literally, right? It will enable you to keep your talk lasting, informative, and finally exciting. If you use it correctly, you may boost the public effective speaking by practicing this usage of such a platform. Get acquainted with the stage. In an atmosphere in which you are relaxed, you connect easier. You should then take the time to visit and get to know your level, study how large it is, and practice your body language. Devote some portions of the stage of your speech to main topics of conversation. You will become a great spokesman for the general public. See how experienced speakers deliver. Only by gazing for others that are great that you get ahead. Take the opportunity to attend seminars, other sites where guest speakers are available. Watch as their strategies are portrayed and discovered, using that with your discourses afterwards. This will render you a stronger spokesperson for the media. Set a high standard in a high note for the remainder of your voice. You can do something with a fun story or a joke. This makes you rest. You and your audience still have a link. This will render you and your material more responsive. Have the viewers involved. When you deliver a speech or a presentation in public, there is still a lot of responsibility on us. By addressing the community, you will find it. Have a workout with or tell your own story. This keeps the talk engaging and save you a stronger and better public speaker in the media. Encourage the viewers to pose questions. The audience representative will probably have questions for you as you give your statement. By getting incentive for others who are interested, you are more likely to make specific queries. You will further communication with the viewers in the manner. Excite yourself with the manner. It can radiate from you straight into the crowd, whether you have an honest passion for the speech or presentation. Enthusiasm is one trick to get rid of terror. This allows you to get comfortable and excited as you speak. You will therefore become a great spokesman or powerful public speaker for the public. Briefly, becoming a successful public speaker will strengthen your credibility, raise your trust, and open up endless opportunity. While good speaking skills can open doors, bad can shut the doors. For instance, after a good presentation, your manager could decide against promoting you. If you do not attach to a potential in an outlet, you could miss a desirable new deal. Or for the new staff, you might create a false impact when you are running through the turns and starting at someone not in an eye. Much of the world is only afraid of effective speaking openly. You are scared that you will appear in front of an audience to talk or chat. Studies suggest that you do it more than that from the public. Public effective speaking is essential for individual practitioners, politicians, lecturers, and business people are examples of this. Don't worry if you want to try these professions and scare the press. Becoming a public speaker, you can have to present the company in a group, speak effectively after an award has been accepted, or give a class of new application, for example. Effective speaking to a group requires multimedia meetings or workshops such as teaching as online staff and presenting during an online conference with a variety of clients. In other degrees of your life, improved public speaking skills are also essential. You may want to comment at a friend's reception, honor a precious individual, or encourage a volunteer community at a charitable function. Thank you for watching. and I hope this video can help you to become a good public speaker.